Welcome back. All right, so some news of the day, just a little bit here. Some bad news out of Montreal, where Sami Niku did suffer a concussion last night. So it was what it looked like. He was checked from behind into the boards in last night's game. It was not a vicious, predatory hit by Josh Norris. It was dangerous, but Niku's out indefinitely, concussion. So we'll see how long he's out. But it's a rough turn for a guy that really needed a fresh start after the way everything went down in Winnipeg, and now he's out. So honestly, I hope it's not that long, but it didn't look that good when he was leaving the ice. News out of Vancouver, because players are playing. Brock Boeser's gotten hurt. They're not saying what the injury is, but he's out for apparently at least a week, according to Travis Green. It'll be at least a week. So that's not fantastic news for Vancouver fans, but it's not completely unexpected. Boeser is a guy that we see him get injured at least, it feels like at least once a year. So hopefully he's just getting it out of the way in the preseason, and he's good to go for the opening night of the regular season, and we don't see this rear its ugly head again. And of course, the Canucks have signed Pettersson and Hughes. I thought they'd have some big presser of it, but it leaked out that the Pettersson's 7.35 and Hughes is more than that, but it's a longer term contract. So I'll talk about that in a video later, because the Canucks are currently over the cap. The expectation was that Travis Hamonic would opt out of the season or retire. What's happened is no players have actually opted out of the season, including Hamonic, who's still out for personal reasons. And I know there's all this speculation about why he's out. Personally, I'm going to wait until he actually says why he's out, or the Canucks themselves say why he's out, before I jump to conclusions. See, it's this mat and has conclusions you could jump to. So it's just horrible, this idea. So Hamonic's not opting out, but we don't know when he's going to arrive. Can you put a player on LTIR when they're out for personal reasons? I don't think so. So the Canucks are over the cap, and I don't know what they're going to do about that. But here we are. I remember before the summer started, I said they're going to have cap problems, and people were like, Shannon, he's just crazy. And it's a matter of, I remember there were Canuck fans at the start of the summer, the start of the offseason, that really had hoped that Pettersson and Hughes would cost $12 million combined, which I figured would be a pipe dream, and here we are. The combined cost of the two is slightly over $15 million in cap space, and the Canucks have cap problems, which is fine when your team's a contender. This is the issue I've always had on the Vancouver front. The Canucks have always had cap problems. Even when the team's bad, the Canucks have had cap problems. That's not how that's supposed to work. The bad teams are supposed to be the ones that have all kinds of cap space because they got rid of the big contracts and they're going through some form of a tank. If your team's near the bottom of the standings, but you're near the top of the salary cap chart, something's wrong. So the Canucks are over the cap. They're one team out of about half the league that's over the cap, but it's not going to be easy for Vancouver to get under it. And I know people are going to say, well, Ferland's going to the LTIR, right? And then there's no space there. There isn't any space for them to bring anybody else who's going to replace Hamonic if Hamonic's not going to play to start the season. So I have my fingers crossed that Luke Schenn and Quinn Hughes have the kind of chemistry they had when Hughes first joined the NHL. There was some chemistry between the two of them, because Luke Schenn is just a stay-at-home defenseman, and that's what Hughes needs. But I'll talk about that in later videos as well. Cole Sillinger is still with the Columbus Blue Jackets, and he's still been getting top 6 minutes. So while a lot of that draft class is being sent back to juniors, Othman was sent back by the Rangers, Gunther by the Arizona Coyotes. A lot of guys have been getting sent back. Sillinger's still there, and he's still getting good minutes. So a team that needs offense, if Sillinger can provide that, he may have won himself a job in Columbus. So we'll see. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.